Hello everybody, welcome to tonight's segment of Cooking with Nichole. Sorry, I just got done laughing really hard, so I got to get my brain straight here. Tonight we are going to make low carb lemon bars. If some of you don't know, I know a lot of you that are watching my posts they follow us on Wellness District or Strong Pour, so a lot of you know that I am a nurse practitioner. But for those of you who are following and don't know, I am a nurse practitioner. I am at the Wellness District, and I work with patients in managing their weight and helping them improve their lives and their health. And I have been working from home now since March 23rd is when I got moved to work to my house to work from home. And I've been seeing all of my wonderful, lovely patients. Hi, guys. Via FaceTime or over the phone for almost now 4 weeks. And you know, I just want to give you all a little word of encouragement that I know everybody's stressed out. I know everybody has a lot of unknown going on in their life, and the stories that I hear on a day-to-day basis are sometimes just they strike me at my heart, because we can't do anything really about the situation that we are in with COVID-19 and people's employment situations. You know, listening to the news every day, there's just so much unknown and anxiety and that uncertainty. And so I want you to all know that I'm thinking of you, and that this too shall pass. And you know, stay positive and remember the wonderful things that you do have in your life. As a little sunny sunshine in your life today, I'm going to make lemon bars. I know it's not necessarily the bright sun that we would like to see, or the end of this whole pandemic, but let's make something fun and sunshiny and reminds us of summer. So here we go, lemon bars it is tonight. So I have my oven preheating at 350, and we're going to start out by making the crust for the bars first. We'll make the crust, we'll bake it, take it out and cool it, and then we'll make the filling and then bake it again. So this will be a couple of parts to this video tonight. In my bowl here, I have 2 cups of almond flour, and to it I'm going to add a half a cup of the Keto Monkfruit sweetener. And then we're going to add a half of a teaspoon of some pure vanilla extract. And then a cup of melted butter, which is the equivalent of 2 sticks of butter. So I just popped this in the microwave and melted this down, and we have 2 sticks of butter, or 1 cup. We're going to stir this all together here and get it all well and combined. And then we're going to pat it down into our 8x8 baking dish. I have sprayed the parchment paper that I've lined the baking dish with a little bit of olive oil spray, just so that the crust doesn't even stick to the parchment paper. And once we get this all put down in there, we'll pop it into the oven. We'll spread it out so it's nice and even in here. Bake it until it's just a light golden brown, approximately 20 minutes. We'll take it out, and then we'll put our lemon filling that we'll bring it back for on top, okay? We'll see you in a few. All right, so while we're waiting for the crust to finish baking, we have about 10 minutes left for that to come out of the oven, and we do need to let it cool for a little bit before you pour your lemon filling on the top of it. Otherwise, the filling won't set up. It'll kind of be a melty, kind of gooey disaster. So do let your crust cool for at least a good 10-15 minutes, or until the surface is cool, before you pour your filling onto it. So I figured let's make up the filling while we're waiting for the crust to come out. And so I have all the ingredients here, and we're gonna put in 6 tablespoons of softened butter. Lots of butter in this recipe. Do not fear the fat, my friends. This is what makes life so much more enjoyable when there are so much good fats coming in. We also have 3 ounces of softened cream cheese, more of that good fat. That's going to make this taste so absolutely delicious. And then followed up with another fat of some heavy cream, and this is 1/4 of a cup of heavy cream. There we go. 3 eggs. A cup of the Keto Monkfruit sweetener. And then 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. And so I've already squeezed the lemons and we got our lemon juice here. So we're gonna put 3 tablespoons of lemon juice in here. And then we're going to add to that, to really give it that awesome lemony flavor, we're going to zest some of the lemon here. So you're gonna take a whole lemon and you're gonna zest it. You're gonna need a tool that looks like this. This is a zester. You can find them in most kitchen stores. And when you're zesting the lemon, you're only gonna go down to the little bit of the white. You don't wanna go too far down, and you can see here how we're scraping that off a little bit, or you can see the little fine trimmings of the lemon on the back of your zester, and it's okay if they get hung up in there. When we get all said and done here, we're just gonna tap that off into the mixing bowl here, and you're gonna want to zest the entire lemon. And you can see here that we're just going down to where it's turning white. Because if you go too much further, that white underneath of there gets really bitter and it makes the recipe taste bitter. So you don't want to go any further than this. You're not scrubbing down there. You're literally just taking off that shiny surface of the lemon. And the lemon is still good to use on the inside. You're not wasting the lemon at all. Once you are done with this, you can set it aside. I'd probably put it in a Ziploc bag, just for the fact that this zest is probably protective to the lemon. But if you wanted to, you could zest your lemons ahead of time and then cut them and juice them and then use the juice and the lemon after or before you zest them for this particular recipe. So we're just gonna take the surface off here. We're almost done of 1 lemon. I always loved watching Rachel Ray do this when I'd watch her cooking shows back in the day. She zested a lot of stuff and I always found it fascinating. But you can see here the lemon zest built up on the back of the zester. And I'm just gonna take my finger and push that down into the bowl here. And now we're going to mix. So then we mixed all of the batter up. Remember, you want to work with softened cream cheese, and the butter and the recipe actually said to use softened butter because, again, you don't want to have the clumps of the cream cheese in your batter. You don't want the butter clumps. They cause uneven baking in the oven, or you get these thicker consistencies in different places throughout your dessert. And so I mixed this all up and it mixed down really, really nicely. It smells amazing. It's really, really fragrant. I'm really excited about this particular dessert. My husband and I are big fans of lemon types of desserts, and it's definitely different from having chocolate all the time. I know there's a lot of chocolate lovers out there, but it's sometimes nice to switch it up. So our filling is now ready, and we're just waiting for that crust to come out. We'll come back once the crust is out and cooled. We'll add the filling, and we'll come back to you at that time. All right, everybody, so the crust is done. It looks a little messy because the parchment paper, some of the batter on the sides of the parchment paper got a little over brown, but as you can see, the crust is super golden on the edges and the middle is just nice and golden on the top. I was getting impatient, so I'm gonna admit that I did put it in the refrigerator to cool down a little bit, because I wanted to get it done tonight for you. So did pop it in the refrigerator to let it get cooled down, took it back out, and now we're going to add our filling to the top of it. I can tell you right now, from looking at the amount of this filling to the size of this pan, we're gonna have some left over. And so I'm gonna try, honestly, a little experiment. What I have left over in this bowl, I'm going to put into a ramekin and see if it turns into custard when we're all said and done, if I can't fit it all into the lemon bar pan itself. So stay tuned, maybe that will be the case. And I also have to tell you, because I'm an impatient person at sometimes, I did sample the filling, and it is pure sunshine in a bowl. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. You're gonna love it. So here we go. We're pouring our filling in on the top of our crust here. Looks like some of the lemon and stuff kind of separated. So let's kind of, as it was waiting, so let's kind of get this re-stirred together here a little bit so we get all the goodness incorporated. All right, now we're gonna pull it onto the top. And our little pocket looks like it's gonna be full. So there we go, just as I suspected, we have a little bit more. And you know, guys, my stuff isn't Pinterest worthy. This is no special looking stuff, so don't sweat the little details. I'm just gonna tell you that, don't sweat the details. I know it's gonna taste amazing, and really that's all that matters. And so we're now gonna pop this into the oven, and we're gonna bake it again for another 30 to 35 minutes, or until the center of the filling doesn't jiggle when you take it out and kind of shake it back and forth. Let it completely cool once it's out of the oven again, and then you can serve it. You're gonna pull, the beauty of parchment paper is you can pull this whole thing out of the pan, set it down, and then cut it into its servings. This recipe makes 12 servings. Each serving or each bar is 296 calories. Why so many calories? Remember all of the fat that we put in. I mean, we had a cup of butter in the crust, we had another 6 tablespoons in the filling, the cream cheese, and the heavy cream. So this is a really fat dense, actually 30 grams fat dense per serving bar. But don't sweat that, don't panic, don't worry, it's okay, you're gonna love them, they're gonna taste amazing. Not gonna hurt your cholesterol, I promise you. If you have questions about that, call me, we'll talk about that, I'll explain why it's okay. But 30 grams fat per bar. But here's the sweet deal. Here's the sweet deal, folks. 2 grams of net carb. That's it. 2 grams of net carb and 4 grams of protein. So sunshine in a pan. I promised you some happy goodness today. This is what you got. We'll show you a picture at the end. I hope you all have a wonderful evening.